It's time to rock and roll!
Welcome back. This is another episode of our monthly show at the Waffle Press Movie Podcast. I'm your host, as always, Gina Versa. Today we're talking Avatar and the latest film that just came out, Avatar Fire and Ash, which me and my co-hosts both enjoyed. I think to the left of me, is my co-host, as always, Diego Crespo.
Hi, yeah, that's me. Okay, should I go to gallery now? Let's just bring
Oh
the
no, no,
audience
it's
into this
yeah.
now. Huh?
I was
Okay.
trying to figure it out, but it's okay. But
Okay, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Hello. Yes, I did also enjoy the film, and we're going to talk about other stuff in the film as well. There,
yeah,
there's a lot. We'll get into it. We'll get into it. But I'm not the only one here.
no, yeah. Welcome back to the show, Brandon Swafford. This is
Hey,
Brandon.
thank you guys so much for having me back. Happy holidays. I'm excited to be talking about Fire and Ash with you guys.
Yeah,
Usually we're talking about Venom or holiday films, but I'm down. I'm excited to be talking about something big and relevant today. So let's do it.
yeah. Of course.
Venom will always be relevant, though. He'll be relevant in our hearts.
Right. Indeed.
Oh
Yeah. I didn't mean to demean Venom.
Yeah.
or nothing.
no, don't. Yeah, we'll try to sprinkle Venom somewhere in here. Try to like weave it in. But yeah, well, it's kind of a holiday special. The title is Feliz Navidad, and it's
Hey,
Avatar.
nice.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
a Gene original. That was a good one. Yeah, that's a very good job, Gene. That's a great Christmas title for
oh,
this
thanks. Yeah,
episode.
but yeah, we'll talk a little bit about Christmas. So, Brandon, your skills will come into play at some point.
I'm cracking my
Um,
fingers. I'm ready to go. Let's do this. Let's do this.
yeah, of course. You got a holiday sweater.
I do, yes. I got
Yeah.
my only holiday sweater, my
Oh no.
Blazing Saddles. Excuse
Yeah.
me while I whip this out. Is it going? And it's blue, which I thought was fitting for our Avatar.
It is
Oh,
fitting. It
yeah.
is fitting.
Yeah, that's good. I just got if you're on the YouTube, you can see I got my alien shirt.
Oh,
Uh
sick.
friends Daniel and Danielle, yes, really, got me this for my birthday. Love them very much. Shout out them. Thank you guys. The shirt rules. Obviously the James Cameron connection with aliens, um, Space
Nice.
Marines, all that jazz, you know? If Alien is like the weird body horror version of space, then well, it's not body horror, but you know, the weird grossness of space body stuff. Avatar is like, no, space bodies are beautiful, especially for characters named Varong. Holy shit. We'll get into that later,
Yeah,
but
we'll get into it.
whoa. Um, yeah, 5 stars, 5 stars. Wow. I did not know she had it like that, but. Anyways, let's do some Christmas stuff first, if we may, Gene.
Hmm.
Um, I'll be honest, I was a little bummed about the no Venom stuff, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
Trilogy's over. Tom Hardy's retired now. They can't touch Venom until after Secret Wars, probably, because they want to do their own thing. They don't want to be tied to the Tom Hardy stuff, which,
Yeah.
if I recall, after No Way Home, I
Hmm.
believe, or maybe even after the last Venom movie, I don't remember, but Brandon was on for one episode too. And there was that rumor going around that it was like, oh, the next Spider-Man's gonna be like a Venom Tom Holland team
Hmm.
up movie.
Yeah, that's right.
And then everyone on the internet was like, no. And I was like, no, I'd watch that one because that
Yeah,
just sounds insane.
I would also watch that because they teased it twice. Spider-Man was going to make an appearance, and as of yeah, this last movie, they've never interacted on screen,
Yeah.
and they
He
have no
licked him
relationship.
on the TV screen.
Yeah, he sees them on the TV screen, but that doesn't count. They have no relationship to each other, and they just yeah, they never interacted, and what a shame.
Yeah, that's all right. I mean, if anything, we probably learned that they just don't need to do Spider-Man spin-off movies without Spider-Man.
Hmm.
Like, you tried it a lot.
Hmm.
I don't think many people thought it worked. We sometimes had a good time. especially talking about him. But like,
Yeah.
you know, it's over. Madam Web was #1 on Netflix at one point or something like that. Congratulations, everyone.
They
Hmm.
were
Um,
flexing that hard. Like I
Oh
saw
yeah.
articles around that like it was the #1 movie on Netflix, and like more people were watching that on streaming than they were Deadpool and Wolverine on streaming.
that's awesome.
And they were
Yeah.
That's
like,
awesome. My
which I
God.
don't know if that's the flex they think it is, that they just more people saw Deadpool and Wolverine in a movie theater and they're like,
Hmm.
I don't know, watch it again on streaming. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's great. Madam Web, man,
Yeah.
what a that was.
I don't know if you're still NDA'd, but you did work on trailers for it.
Oh, I did. Oh, I
Yeah.
did. I worked on yeah, I most of the trailers I make don't finish, but I made like 20 of those that actually
Mm.
went through and finished. Um, funny thing, I might embarrass you for a second, Gene, but you reached out to me on one on there was this AMC one, or that was like connected to AMC that was on their profile, and you sent that to me and said, "Man, yours are so much better than this one," and I replied, "Actually, I edited this one too." But thank you.
Oh, Gene.
No, no, it was like, okay, good to know this is not my best work. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what? He was honest and supportive.
He was. True, true. It was like, hey, the ones you were sharing were better than this one. That was a way to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they all can't be winners,
Yeah. And you
right?
know
No,
what?
true,
True
true.
friendship is being honest regardless of the consequences. There's a tact to it in a more serious
Yes,
situation, but true friends can be honest with each other about stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
I think
absolutely.
so.
yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what the holidays are all about. So
Yeah.
happy to have you, Jane, an honest friend. So thank you.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
and
thanks.
Brandon sporting the Iron Man mug. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Raise it up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
My
Yeah.
light is not great. So.
That's all right.
That's okay.
Whatever. It'll work for a screen cap. And well, let's just get an avatar. But I will just say, because there's a lot of discourse about this, we don't have to make a whole thing of it.
Hmm.
But that Avengers Endgame 2 teaser with the Chris Evans cap popping up,
Yeah.
and people were
Mhm.
like, "Yeah, no one responded in my theater." And then other people were like, "Oh, you're just saying this for clout." I want to be
Yeah.
honest, my theater didn't have that either. And I'm not even
Yeah.
saying it's that I think it's because people aren't that interested anymore. But I think the real problem is it's just not something you can react to. It's like he's back, but it's not like a
Yeah.
moment. It's not a big moment. It's literally just like a scene from the movie, like without context. There's nothing to react to. That's why there's no reactions.
Yeah.
You know,
There isn't a
that's it.
reveal. Yeah,
Yeah.
there isn't really any reveal, I guess, besides Chris Evans coming back. But um yeah, those the trailer, because you got the Steve Rogers. As far as I know, I think it's just Steve
I
Rogers.
think it's only one right now.
It's only one right now.
Yeah.
They might roll out other versions coming out in the next couple weeks. But yeah, I think it's just a really light teaser, just telling audiences that these characters that you liked when we were popular are back. So please like us again. So I don't really see that as like a cryptic teaser, right?
No, no. Like, it's just straight up like not anything to. If they showed the
It's a
clip
flat.
from Endgame with him catching the hammer, like
Yeah,
out
he
of
gets the
context, just
hammer.
they just dropped that scene again, and then at the end said Steve Rogers will return in Avengers Doomsday. I
Yeah.
bet people would have clapped at that just because they recognize that, which is what the
Mm.
teaser's already trying to do.
Hmm.
And
Mhm.
then the announcement that like, no, your boy's coming back. That's something to respond to, like visually.
Yeah, it's
That's all.
it's
That's
Right.
all. I just wanted to say that.
no,
Whatever
yeah.
side you
That's
fall
true.
on, that's
That's
Did
why.
you
true. Because I
well,
thought, because no one really, a couple people were clapping in mine, but it wasn't the enthusiastic thing I
right.
thought it'd be. And the more reason I thought was because it was leaked. So it's like, okay, people already knew
Yeah.
this was coming. But yeah, there's something that's very unexciting about watching your favorite superhero just walk into his house and
With
hold
his
a
child.
baby.
Yeah.
So it's like he's back. Okay, like okay, so it's just gonna be a dad in this. This apart from the sidelines,
Right.
go like, damn, I hope they got this. Whoa, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Good,
Yeah,
We
good luck with
got
Doctor Doom. You're on your own.
yeah. We got applause for the Odyssey prologue.
Oh, we didn't get that.
I didn't
Oh
get it
yeah.
either.
We got applause in our theater
Nice.
because yeah, we had
Yeah.
the Saw 5 minutes of the Odyssey, which was
Sick.
pretty great, but won't
IMAX
spoil it.
3D, Gene?
Yeah, we saw it in IMAX 3D.
Nice.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Brandon, how about you? What format did you see it in?
I saw it in Dolby.
Yeah.
I wanted to see it in 3D, but
Mm.
the audience can probably tell from my voice I'm still getting over a cold, so I
Oh,
was
sure.
worried. Like if I see it in 3D, I'm probably gonna get a headache.
Yeah.
I kind of end up getting a headache anyway, but
Mm.
for not the reason I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say I saw it in Dolby 3D, so this is good. We all
Mm.
have different little
Nice.
points of view. I saw Way of Water the same way,
Okay.
Oh,
and
cool.
there's some fun stuff we can get into, but
Yeah.
I'll just say like yeah, the Dolby 3D it's the way to go. I didn't realize it was Cameron's preferred version, like that he's been touting as like this is what he really designed the movie for. So that was just
Cool.
cool. I was like, yeah, we did it. Um, I watched it with friend of the show, A.B. Allen. I saw Way of Water with them as well. So
Hmm.
I guess new tradition every time an Avatar comes out. But yeah, the 3D quite good. It's
Hmm.
there's a reason why it became like revolutionary after the original Avatar. James Cameron, he's the one who knows how to use it. Um, but all right, so title's Feliz Navidad. Um, we're gonna pretend we're on Pandora to
Yep.
celebrate the holidays with the Sullys.
Yeah.
Gene, this is your idea, and I really love it. How are you celebrating with them? What are you bringing? Like
Well,
dishes?
I'm gonna bring a drink that I always enjoy having on the holidays. My personal favorite, eggnog. People dog on eggnog, but I'm gonna bring it to the party, and I hope it reminds Jake of home. Hopefully he likes eggnog, but
Oh,
we'll spike it. We'll put vodka in it for Tito's, the Tito's, yeah. And I think it'll be a good time. I want to say not going to drink too much, but if it gets there, it'll be fun. I don't think they've ever established any like alcohol on Navi. I'm sure they have something.
I think there's a scene in this one it's implied that Jake is like drinking through it. It's I think it's before
Mm.
the big argument scene. Spoilers for Fire and Ash, by the way.
oh,
Yeah.
That was what I got from it. I could be totally wrong, but that felt like because that's a domestic dispute. Um, so when you bring this, Gene, I'm sure that the conversations will be much livelier than they were in this movie
Mm.
and
I hope
not
so.
depressing. So you'll raise their spirits for the holidays. Good call.
Yeah, I hope so.
Brandon, what about you? What do you want to bring to the Sullys?
man. I'd be really excited for a Christmas with the Sullys. A Christmas on Pandora would be pretty sweet. Just watching the movie with all the water they got going on at that beach area, just how blue the ocean is, and then all the wildlife. I'm like, this would be freaking awesome. But I would try to bring some Kahlua. I don't
Mm.
know if there is alcohol in Pandora, but Kahlua is my favorite drink, and I think there's something kind of Christmassy about it. I'd probably bring a fruit basket. I think that'd be tasty and something that the kids can enjoy too, since they have a lot of kids. And I think the Kahlua would be nice because yeah, I hope it would remind Jake of home, but I hope like Natiri could like relax because I feel like she just hasn't had time to relax. And she has all those kids to take care of, and now she has another kid to take care of. Spoilers for Fire and Ash. So I think she definitely deserves some time to relax with Kahlua.
Yeah, I kind of struggled of thinking what to bring because I'm like, they don't eat meat really. So
Right. That
like
fruit basket would be nice.
yeah, fruit basket's a
Yeah.
good call. Yeah, I was gonna show them what red wine was like because I find it to be
Ooh.
very like that's a good way to unwind, Like there are times when you can go ham with red wine, but mostly it's just like, you're kind of just having a nice time and, you know, relaxing your shoulders and just let the conversation flow. There's no real like pressure with that sort of drink, in my opinion. Whiskey might be a little tense, like God forbid little Took gets a hold of that. Like who knows what's gonna happen. Unrelated, Took should have a gun in the next movie, but that's just my personal opinion.
Coach should have a gun.
Yeah, she
Whoa.
should have a gun of some sort to kill people with. Uh, so she doesn't have to worry about being alone anymore. Because that made me very
Yeah.
sad. And she was like, "You
He
can't
keeps
leave me alone," and they do.
yeah.
And I was like, "Oh my God, don't
She
do that."
keeps being kidnapped, so They need to
Yeah.
give her some sort of insurance of not being kidnapped.
Yeah, like they should do that scene again, because this scene sort of repeats scenes from other movies sometimes. We'll,
Yes.
we'll get into that for better and worse. I genuinely sometimes for better, but like they should show like Lyle, the last recombinant soldier of the Avatar program. He
Yeah.
goes to kidnap her again, but this time she just shoots him. And that's like the opening of Avatar 4. I would love that. That would be the best movie ever. Um, yeah, and
Damn.
I guess if any of the characters you'd really want to spend the holidays with, besides the Sullys, I just got to say, Varong, uh, I am free on Thursdays. I will be there. I will smoke that crazy peyote that would probably kill me,
Uh-huh.
but I'd
That
be
would.
into it. I think I would be into it. It's the greatest character in movie history. I think her grandfather, Charlie Chaplin, would be proud. Or
I
great
think so.
grandfather, I think, excuse me.
Is that her great grandfather?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, two important parts of cinematic history. Her great
Wow.
grandfather and her playing the
Wow.
character of Varang.
I'm about to do a deep dive on this after this call.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. She was also in Game of Thrones. I think that was her first big role.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Gotcha.
she plays a pivotal part in the Red Wedding episode,
Mm.
Mm.
in that she gets brutally murdered, along with most of the cast in that episode.
Oh shit.
R.I.P. Queen. None of them deserve that. That was rough. Um, do people deserve what happens to them in Avatar: Fire and Ash? Brandon, you're the guest today. Let's start with you.
Do people deserve what happened to them?
Yeah, for
In terms
better
of
and
like
worse, because some
the
people come out the
human
other side better.
beings who are trophy hunters, hell yeah, they all deserve what happened to them. I watched the end of this movie going like, yeah, get him, get him, get him, get him. I'm an animal lover, so seeing them like brutally hurt those Pandora whales, that was really hurting, especially the one that was,
Blind.
suffering and had his eye
Right.
out. That was crazy. So then at the end, when they're all teamed up, and the squid things, the one with the big teeth
Oh
that was
yeah, yeah.
jumping all of them, biting all their heads off, that was awesome. I could not get enough of that. I could watch that all day. I
So
don't care
you
if it was
you you
fictional.
really like the movie?
I did. I did. I was not expecting to like it. I don't know if I would have seen it this weekend if you guys didn't ask me to. And both my partner and we were doing some Christmas shopping before the movie, just because that's the way we wanted to plan it. And it was our screen was at 10:30, and we knew we were going to get out at like 2:30 or maybe get home at 3. So we were thinking like we're both going to fall asleep, but I was like, okay, I'm going to try and stay awake as much as I can so I can talk about it. Um, and yeah, I was awake the whole time. I was completely immersed the whole time. I was with it. Um, yeah, I really enjoyed it. I didn't remember much of two. So the way it started off, with them flying through, and the character, the one who's always say bro, they
Loak?
say, oh bro, 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 and they said, you're dead, bro. I was like, oh wait, he died. Oh shit, bro, I forgot. So there's so much I didn't remember. So I can see why people are calling this derivative from the last one, but that wasn't a problem for me since there's so much of the last one I didn't remember. Not that I didn't like it. I just saw it once and enjoyed it and then never revisited it. But yeah, this one I had a really good experience with. Um, I was with all the characters. I really liked I thought the fire people were really scary. Um, I really I really enjoy horny villains. There's just something about horny villains where I'm like, man, I get your motivation, man. I see it. I see it. And there's just something about it that's like, I don't know, that's funnier and more like, yeah, I get this from a human perspective. Yes.
It's
Um,
relatable.
yeah, absolutely. Very relatable. Very relatable. And makes him, I'm less mad at him, honestly, for all the horrible things he's doing. I'm like, yeah, man, I can relate. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Got really inspiring. Two, I would say. Yeah. What did you guys think? It sounded like you guys really enjoyed it too.
Yeah, really loved it. I think Fire and Ash and Way of Water are neck and neck for me in which one I enjoy more. I'll have to rewatch Fire and Ash one more time to figure out who wins. But yeah, I was just looking forward to this all year, and it's James Cameron at his most James Cameron, right? You have everything underwater. You have yeah, all the like just the weirdness of like Quaritch being in a relationship with the evil Navi fire tribe, and it's just so interesting. So I was really having a good time with this one.
Yeah, I really, really liked it. I will admit slight disappointment because I revisiting the first Avatar before Way of Water, like a couple years before, like I finally came around to it and like really liked it. And I'm not head over heels in love with that first one, but watching Way of Water, like that was like a come to Jesus moment where I was like, oh, this might be my favorite James Cameron movie, like out the gate. Like I was completely
Wow.
blown away, like borderline religious experience watching that movie. And I was like, is this gonna be like every time he does one of these now? Like, holy shit. And that didn't happen. And that's
Hmm.
probably not the movie's fault, but it is something I was kind of like yearning for. Like, oh, when am I gonna get to that feeling again? And I didn't. And it's a lot of fucking movie. Like to Gene's point, like I totally need to watch it again because I know other people that have, and they said their issues like smoothed out a little bit. And there's tons of other movies that I love on second viewings that I'm not head over heels about the first time. Like probably maybe controversial take, but like Age of Ultron, I think is a very packed, stuffed movie. Like probably too much so.
Hmm.
And I got the same feeling with this one. And now that's my favorite Avengers movie, unfortunately. You know, so I'm wondering if that's going to be a similar thing here, because I this one feels more episodic, this Avatar movie as well. But other people who have
Yeah.
revisited it like immediately, because there's a bunch of Avatar heads out there, despite people saying there's no cultural relevance, they've said like, no, they feed into each other very well. The movie's just throwing so much at you it's hard to keep track of stuff. You know, like we completely lose track of Flight of the Concords guy, who I love,
Jermaine,
Jermaine
yeah.
Jermaine
Yeah.
Clement, yeah, who's
Right.
great. I love him. Almost played by Mark Maron. Um,
Really?
Oh, I
yeah,
couldn't see that.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
yeah, they
like
kind of
Mark,
look
but
alike now that you say that.
yeah.
Huh.
I could
But
see it, but Mark would be like, especially his scenes in Way of Water. It's
yeah.
like so miserable, you know. He's like, yeah, that's why I drink, and it's like Mark Maron's been very open about being in recovery for many years now and stuff like that. I'm like, that might be you might bring an energy that's not needed for that
Mhm.
character.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Uh,
we lose track of that character after he plays an important part of the movie.
yeah.
So now we got James Cameron out here saying like he is working on like a 4 hours director's cut because he was
Whoa.
talking about having to trim back some to make the Disney execs like a little happier.
Sure.
Um, and I definitely feel this is a 3.5 hour long movie that needs to be a little longer. Now,
Really?
all that out of the way, and I have some smaller hangups and stuff like that. Yeah, like 90% of this is like the raw shit you're gonna see in a theater for a very long time. There's so much insane James Cameron, weird, psychedelic, uh, macho bullshit in this, while also being very like open. I think he's known for his strong female characters who are strong because they kick ass, but also because he allows them to be very flawed human beings. Like Natiri is, she runs away with the first movie for me.
Hmm.
My one criticism of Way of Water, like literally the one, is that she had like significantly less to do until the very end. And this one, it's like it's not her story, but it might as well be because she's got a lot of different things to play as an actress. Someone on Twitter said Neytiri pulls like 9/11 numbers for body counts in this, and I thought they were like joking, and I was like, oh no, she does 9/11 on the Space Marines. Like she absolutely does that. And it's the sickest shit of all time. So yeah, a bunch of this shit's really cool, and some stuff frustrated me. And to Brandon's point, like I was talking to Gene a little right before you hopped on recorded. I was like, I don't know why they're repeating this information. Like I just saw Way of Water, and then you were like, I didn't remember it too well, so you didn't have those problems. I'm like,
Right.
all
Yeah.
right, like I could see why you do that because my counterpoint was Lord of the Rings doesn't do that, but there was only 1 year between theater releases for those. So maybe that's just them kind of covering their ass a little bit for that. I don't know. Still more mixed on those elements, but fuck, when this movie cooks, it's like it's cooking like crazy with gasoline, with TNT, you know.
Mhm.
Um, where did that upside down gravity funnel come from at the end?
Yeah, that was
Fucking
sick.
whoa, dude, I didn't even think of
Yeah.
that. Like,
Well, he was probably writing it going like, ah, crap, I have these two guys, Jake Sully and I forgot the character's
Porridge.
name. Yeah,
Quaritch,
Miles.
Yeah.
I have these two
Captain
guys
Army.
fighting again. How do I make this different? And then he had the action figures upset. Wait a minute. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah, that was super cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that stuff rules. I think part of the genius of Cameron is that he does just take the time to think about it. Like this isn't even like genius mentality, but how he implements them, I think, is quite brilliant. Where it's just like, hey, what do people want to see? What haven't people seen before? It's like, all right,
Hmm.
this beat's a little familiar, but like, how do you make it more exciting? Like, sometimes it's just that simple. Just thinking about like,
Right.
all right,
Right.
like, what don't you want to see the coolest shit ever? Like how many big movies do you see where you're like, yeah, I was all right, yeah, and then you kind of just go about your day, and not
Hmm.
even the worst movie ever. You're just kind of like, all right, yeah, and no one put forth the effort to be like, no, 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 let's make this like fucking sick, like let's
Yeah.
make this as sick as fucking possible. Let's have people like guffawing at the screen when there's a ship in the ocean that starts flipping upside down into the sky and exploding in midair. Like, yeah, dude, that's sick. Let's do
Yeah.
that. It's just, like it's just it's a very straightforward way of thinking about storytelling on the biggest canvas humanly possible. Like this feels like the biggest movie ever made a lot of the time. Yeah, because it might be. Yeah, it also might be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think so. I think I can't imagine any other film where I'm feeling in that theater like you feel immersed as much as this film.
Yeah, and I think it's very like even alongside the spectacle, like that immersion you're talking about, Gene. I think it's very true of the character stuff. And I think that's a slight problem I also had with this one is that there's so much shit like almost overtaking the character stuff. Like you got moments with uh Jake Sully almost turning into Abraham from the
Yeah.
Old Testament, and I'm like, this is the
Mm,
best shit in
yeah.
this movie. Or like
Yeah.
the domestic, like borderline divorce talk of Jake and Neytiri in their hut. And I'm like, this is so good. And Way of Water, I'm realizing I think is gonna be my favorite of these by
Mm.
the end of it, just because so much of it is that. And you're like, kind of, there's breathing room in there and stuff like that. And this one, you're hopping around a lot of separate plot lines, like all the time. And they're all cool shit. It's just so fucking much.
Yeah.
And so, Brandon, I think you mentioned getting a bit of a headache. I felt exhausted
Yeah.
after this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt
No,
tired too.
my eyes were hurting because my eyes were wide open
Mm.
almost the whole movie. Like, I don't think
Hmm.
I blinked that often. Like I was like crying. I was like, when we walked out, I was like, oh my eyes hurt so much. I was like, because I was so into it. Ow.
Yeah, I
Like,
felt
it
I
was
had a
stupid
little.
games.
Yeah, I felt I had that a little bit of eye strain as well. Although James Cameron is like, well, scientifically speaking, it is brain strain. And it's like, well, I
Yeah,
believe you. I
for
just
the higher frame rate.
the
Yeah,
higher
what do
frame
you
rate,
guys
3D and stuff
feel
like
about
that.
the higher frame rate?
I'm pro high frame rate.
Mhm.
Okay.
I thought it worked better in Way of Water, which I guess is like a much smaller minority opinion. I think um, a lot of people found it smoother here, at least from conversations I've had. But how about you guys? Thumbs up, thumbs down, high frame rate?
Yeah, it worked for me. I think for okay, you're in the middle.
Um, yeah, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, I think for me the higher frame rate adds to certain films if that's the look and feel that they're going with. Um, Something like say was it such a long title, the Ang Lee
Oh,
movie?
yeah,
Billy's
Billy Lynn's Long
Halftime.
Halftime Walk.
Yeah, that feels gimmicky,
Mm,
but Avatar just throws you into the world and it's immersive and it feels pretty technically sound because there's no sequence in Avatar where you switch to say like a GoPro shot like that scene in The Hobbit where they switch to the GoPros
Hmm.
inside of the barrel. So like it's technically sound, so you feel pretty yeah, you feel like you're watching something that's so cohesive. Not to throw Peter Jackson under the bus, but I would trust James Cameron to give me just like a technically sound film, I would say.
yeah, for me, for the opening of the movie when it started and the two brothers are flying around, there are some shots to me that looked like when you walk into Best Buy and there's a sports game going on and it's in that high frame rate.
The
And
motion smoothing.
yeah, the motions,
Yeah.
it just looks so uncinematic to me. And but there were a couple shots, I don't know if it was the projector in the theater we were at that looked laggy that looks
Yeah.
like they weren't totally smooth. Like there's I remember one shot of the main fire girl, like her just walking over to someone. It looked like it was cutting like I was like, oh whoa, what
Right.
happened? Um,
I
but for
yeah.
the most
I
part, when I just sorry, go ahead, Gene.
no, I was gonna say I felt that I caught once or twice in my theater that same glitch, I guess, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
Well,
I
it's
don't know if it was that
I have
scene.
to say that's not it's not a glitch. It is the like it's just the visual of that. It's the yeah, glitch is different, but continue. I think it's important to
Yeah.
differentiate like
Oh,
mistake
sure.
than the effect it has on our eyes because
Yeah.
I have some
Or
notes as well.
yeah, or excuse me, if our like theater projection lagged or something,
Yeah.
but
It felt
it
like
could have
the
been
theater
that.
projector was lagging for a bit.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, it could be the theaters, but yeah, it's yeah, I doubt that they would send a film that had like a lag in it for Avatar. But yeah, but maybe
Yeah.
it could be our brains not used to that frame rate.
I
It
think
could
it
be, yeah.
genuinely is that. And again, I found it less successful here. And I think part of that is with Way of Water, it was like certain scenes would be high frame rate. Like the scenes, not shots, the scenes, and then others wouldn't be, right? This movie, it's shots sometimes that are high frame rate and some that are not. So you're going 48 frames per second
Oh,
to
okay.
24 frames per second. So I talked about the AB, our friend, is also very like technically proficient and like is studying this shit all the time and obsessed with it like I am. So we are not specialists on this. This is just discussions we've had and what James Cameron's put out there. It kind of seems like it's our brains like trying to keep up with the shifting images where when you're getting used to the smoother motions of high frame rates then like you tap out of it for whatever reason uh just because we're not used to seeing things like that maybe um that's when you get like the stuttering images. It's sort of like when you go like this in front of your hand, it looks slower on the computer, it looks faster in front of my face, right? Like maybe if I go like this, right? Like that.
Yeah.
If you have to see
Right.
this on YouTube, sorry everyone, but like the
Switch to the
difference in
YouTube
how
version.
our
Yeah.
eyes perceive that, my eyes and your eyes over the screen. So I don't know the specific jargon for that, you know? And to Gene's point, like maybe it is like our brains almost glitching out, you know, rather than the software. Or I mean, if the software is glitching out, I'm sure we're gonna hear about it. You know, James Cameron would be like, "I'm gonna kill 5 million people because they ruined my movie." But I don't think that that's what happened. I don't think he'd do
No,
that.
no,
But
I don't think so.
um,
I don't think so.
and I mean, to his credit, like, and you know, unfortunately, Peter Jackson, like, those Hobbit movies completely got away from him, and he clearly is a filmmaker who wanted to keep trying stuff, and I think he just got burnt out. And Cameron is a guy who's trying stuff, but with a level of more restraint, I think. There's a real like dedication and open-minded but like firm approach with his stuff. He's like, I'm not just gonna do it because I want to do it. Like, what's the impact of this on the experience? Like, again, to my beloved Way of Water, when they're in those underwater sequences, and that's when they're really hitting you with the 48 frames per second, the high frame rate stuff, it feels like you're seeing the world through a new perspective, much like the characters are. So for me, I'm in the sea, like my hair's blowing back, like, whoa, I'm like, God's real, and his name's James Cameron. And then here I was like, there's a lot of shit inside of my eyes right now in very cool ways, but it is a lot.
It is. It is, yeah.
Did you guys find this emotional, like very emotional? Because I'm like sobbing at the end of Way of Water, and I was
Hmm.
very moved throughout much of this movie. But we're coming off of the death of their eldest child in this movie. It's pretty heavy stuff.
which I didn't remember, so I feel like an asshole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a while ago. 3 years is a long time, man.
But thank you. 3 years is a long time.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
How dare you? But 3 years is a long
I
time.
know, right?
Yeah. How'd you guys felt the emotional material was handled?
I really appreciated that. Uh Pretty like out of all the things in the movie, even though it's so like technically up there, it's just really interesting to see a film that has characters like mourning for like a good period of the movie, has characters in having like sexuality too, uh and has just a lot of emotional maturity you don't see, say, in Star Wars, in a lot of Marvel as of late, and it just feels refreshing. And I'm not sure if it's like so well written or just the fact that there's like an absence of it, but it's just really nice as a moviegoer, right? To have something talk about different types of life that you're not seeing in other movies, right? At this scale.
Yeah, no, yeah, I appreciate the maturity of them, like mourning, even if I remembered the kid dying or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you don't, but it kind of reminded me of Diego's favorite movie, Avengers Endgame, just them like dealing with their loss throughout most of the movie.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I really appreciate that. That was a really, I think, insightful conversation, or just made you think about your humanity, about this is a kid that you've taken care of, that you've kind of adopted, Spider.
Yes.
He's not your kid, but your kids look at him like a sibling, like their brother. And he and his well-being can put everyone in danger, like with his breathing problem. And then when he is cured, like his gift, that could lead your whole tribe to death and your whole world. Um, is he worth keeping alive? Is he worth protecting? That kind of made me go like, oh shit, like that's making me think a lot. That's making me reflect a lot about my humanity and like what would you do in this situation?
Yeah, and I think how these stories, these Avatar stories are told, they always put living things as like they're the thing worth defending. It's why we're all here, because we ourselves are sentient living things, and it's our duty to protect the world around us, right? And that doesn't mean like not smoking fools that need it though, you know?
Yeah.
But it's also like, hey, this is like a kid who's like he needs to be able to live a life as well. He's not actively hurting it. He's not making the decisions to hurt people. He is unfortunately in danger because now he can present a danger to other people, but that's not his fault. It was,
Right.
it's just
Yeah.
how
Circumstances.
yeah, circumstances, it's the hand the world played them. Um and they're not mechanical the way the RDA is, the military and antagonistic force. They're not. corporate thinking. Like, the corporate guys would be like, yeah, like just take him out. That's literally Edie Falco at one point. Like, I don't, whatever, we fucking. And then even our boy Giovanni Ribisi's back in this one, thankfully. I love seeing him pop up. And he was like, "What? No, no, like we need him, not because he cares about the kid, but he's like,
Yeah.
no, we need to figure out how to do this. There's the
Right.
money
Make
involved,
money off
Right.
of his like gift, right?
Yeah, yeah. And so it's
Yeah.
like, okay, that's like really compelling stuff. And
Yeah.
um,
It's
yeah,
also compelling seeing like the villains have different motives and like fight amongst each other.
yeah.
Because
Yes, right.
that happens a lot in real life.
Yes, it does. Yeah. And I'm willing to bet Cameron, because he's very attuned, I think, to happenings in the world, politically and biologically.
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet he kept track of this stuff and then was like, let me do some rewrites here. Let's bump this up a little bit. But yeah, you're right. And then that's a new element that occurs in the movie that we don't see like in other avatars. They might have brief disagreements, but it's like that's the antagonist. That's why they're doing that, and it's not a group of them. And it makes it feel bigger. I think there's a
Yes.
lot of criticism about this one specifically that it's like, well, it's Way of Water too, and it kind of is, not just because it was split into two movies. There's repeating scenes, not just motifs. There's an evolution of motifs, but stuff like that, the antagonist getting like this whole new perspective because there's different factions within them now, basically. It's awesome, And then they're talking about like, don't make me go to the chairman. Oh, you're gonna go cry to daddy, and it's like, what's that about? I want to know. James
Right.
Yeah.
Cameron, do not
Right.
fuck with us and say you're not doing 4 and 5. Do 4 and 5. Don't do
Well,
this.
yeah. We'll talk about it later, but four is supposed to be on a certain planet, right?
Yeah, I mean, John Landau straight up said, like, I think it's Avatar 4 or 5. I remember it being 4. People are saying it's
I think it's
5 now.
four.
Yeah, I
Okay.
remember it being 4 that they go to Earth. And if,
So they are going. That's confirmed. Wow.
yeah, at some point
Damn.
they will be going to Earth. Like, Gene and I
Yeah.
remember it being 4. Everyone else has been saying 5 lately. We'll
We could be
see.
wrong.
Yeah, we could be wrong. They
That's
could
gonna
be
be
wrong.
depressing.
Yeah, and
That's
so
gonna
I,
be super sad.
and it's
Wow.
supposed to be one of them. Neytiri's gonna narrate because Loak narrates this one.
This
And
one.
Neytiri is supposed to be
Ooh.
the one who's like, because now she's gone through the most growth with her relationship with humanity, right? Like she hates them, but now she
Mhm.
embraces spiders. She's gonna be more open to like not just wiping out humans, like out of vengeance, Like self-defense is one thing, which right to do so. When she's smoking fools, like absolutely go off, queen. But now it's like, it might be a bigger statement if it's like, she embraces the people that would hate her to save them, even if they don't want her to. Like that's a huge leap. Now that's me being like making an assumption of what the narrative's gonna be. But I don't think you take Materia to Earth to wipe them all out, is what I'm saying. I think she's gonna see
Yeah.
that no, there are other people there who didn't make the decision to destroy Earth, who could
Mhm.
relate to that feeling. And like it is worth saving despite the people like Edie Falco and Giovanna Ribisi and the mysterious chairman, who someone suggested should be played by Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I completely agree with that, by the way.
I'd love to
He
see
was.
that.
Yeah, he was gonna be the villain in one of these.
Yeah, that was a rumor like
Yeah.
10 years ago. And
Yeah.
I mean, I was there and I remember people being super hyped for that. And I'm like, oh, fuck, we should just do that. Like, we should get back to that, you know?
Yeah. I'd love to see that. Love to see Arnold interact with
Jake Sully.
Stephen Lang. Yeah, Jake Sully, but Stephen Lang too, I would imagine.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Oh, do you guys think Stephen Lane's
No, I
dead?
don't think he's dead.
I
No
don't think he
body.
is either.
No, he
Because they
has
didn't.
too
They
much.
just cut after he went. "Ah!"
Yeah, if you don't see the body, right?
Yeah.
Someone could have easily
Yeah,
swooped
and
in
yeah, and also too,
the
I think
last
he
second.
he has like a lot of extra lives in these films.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. He just can't. That's what he keeps saying in this movie. Like, I can't die.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like
Although,
a cat.
because if that
You know?
body's dead, the next version of him we see wouldn't be that guy, though. We have to remember that.
Yeah,
But I
Oh,
don't think
oh,
that body's, for the record, I don't think that body's dead. I just wanted to
yeah,
segue into one of the more fascinating elements of this movie.
interesting. Yeah, they could do that. They could do something like where that body did die, but
Yeah. Where, or
needs to.
if he's saved
Yeah,
by Awa, who is back in this movie, because she's not really present in 2. That's the big
no,
thing. Like in Avatar 1, like God is like real and an active force in the universe. In Avatar
right.
2, Not really. And that's like a big question that's hanging over that. Like, where is Awa? Like, how come Kiri can't reach her?
Yeah.
Also, Kiri doesn't have a father. It's an immaculate conception, we find out. My theory back then, and it's still my working theory, is that she can't talk to Awa because she is Awa, and she's like rediscovering herself. And we're going to discover that in the next movie, however long that takes. So, again,
Hmm.
just a theory, but we'll see whenever that one comes out.
Yeah. I was gonna say
Um,
Quaritch can't die because he needs to go back to his wife.
yes, that's absolutely true. He needs to go back to his fire baddie.
Yeah. I
Fire
think
baddie.
yeah, I
Let's
think they're a
go.
very positive couple
I don't
internally.
know about that.
Internally with each other.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Outside
yeah.
of that,
No, I mean, good point. They are a power couple.
yeah.
Just a very toxic one.
I kind of wish this movie came out before Halloween so we could see some couples
Oh, some
costumes of that.
costumes.
Oh yeah, that would have gone crazy.
That would have
Yeah.
been crazy. Yeah.
Next Halloween,
Next
we'll look
Halloween
for
is gonna
them.
I
be
know. I hope
nuts.
people will be down to paint themselves blue for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There was a lot of when Way of Water was coming out. I saw a lot of Na'vi cosplayers. Not so much this year.
No,
Um,
yeah. Yeah.
recession indicator, I guess. But they yeah, not too much this year. But I remember like Way of Water coming out. Like I was like, oh, I did. Like it's real. Like they are really out there. Like everywhere,
Yeah.
just waiting to be
Yeah.
activated. Like sleeper cell agents,
Yeah,
AWA
what?
agents.
Yeah, you gotta appreciate the yeah, they're very like selective for their fandom. They're not always blowing up. That's not just their dominant personality.
Yeah,
It's
they're
like aspect of their personality.
yeah, and that's a healthy way to engage with things, you know? Like it's just better for you to not make it your entire life, you know?
Yeah.
Unless you're Star Wars explained, where you seem pretty well adjusted and are
Yeah.
like you like things and you dislike other things, but you're chill about it because you're an adult.
Yeah.
Like, unless you can do that, like, yeah, prioritize things in your life. Like,
Yeah,
people
for
have
sure.
families that like Avatar. That's what seems to be the big thing. People are well connected to their families and
Mhm.
they leave. The
Yeah. That's
people that say they hate Avatar are just jealous.
yeah. That's a big part of the movie, family.
Yeah, yeah, it is. What do we think about Loak narrating this one? That's the
Uh
sole surviving son.
I kept
yeah.
forgetting he was narrating it until he
Oh,
would pop
really?
up. Well, like he would pop up and start talking. I
Right.
was like, "Oh, whoa, hello there."
Yeah.
And it felt to me, it almost felt like a studio note at times. It felt like something where, someone where like that part where Jake was walking up and with all those skulls and the skeletons to see the animal that he's friends with is like, hello, old friend. But like, there was some narration going on there.
Mm,
The music in that, I remember hearing it was pretty sweeping and stuff. And to me, that felt like originally there was supposed to be no narration, just music with a
yeah.
montage of him getting all the people together. And it almost felt like someone was like, it'd be nice to have some narration in here, telling me what's going on. But when you guys reminded me that, like, oh no, Jake narrated the first one, and I was like, oh, okay, actually,
Yeah.
yeah, that doesn't feel like a studio note to me.
Yeah. No, I think for Lowak narrated it worked for me in how much of the storyline deals with the like Pyacon and the whales and the fact the whales came through at the very end, really tied it all together. Love Pyacon, but yeah, it felt it made sense for him to narrate this specific film.
Yeah, I felt that too. I did feel that it was less impactful. This is just my general criticism of the movie feeling very overstuffed. And
It,
again, I want to reiterate that like I'm gonna go back a second time at some point. I'll definitely be watching it again regardless, but I'm hoping to watch it in theaters again. Um, and then we'll see about that 4 hour cut, which probably smooths things out for me. Um, but like when the first Avatar ends and A Way of Water, they both end with Jake's eyes opening, right? I think part of my hangups with this otherwise very good movie is that I was operating under an assumption incorrectly, mind you. This is on me, not the movie. That okay, Way of Water, we're learning about the water people. Let's get the whole like experience about that. Let's feed into that. The themes and the character arcs are going to be like blending in and out with that. And I was like, okay, fire and ash. What are we going to get into like fire and ash? Because like we need fire, but it's also so dangerous. Like what can we tell with that story about? You know, and the other Avatar, my other beloved Avatar, The Last Airbender, really like capitalizes on that. So I'm like, oh, when are we going to get into that? And like we don't. It's an extension of like a negative factor on Pandora here, and it's only kind of that. And after Way of Water, which still showed the dangers of water, you know, drowning and shit like that, I was hoping for a more rounded discussion about that, and it's just not relevant, and that's on me. But I would have liked that. So again, that's one of those things I want to revisit in the future. Um, Let's see what else. Let's do Spider. What's Spider up to? Everyone's favorite character.
Certainly, yeah, he's certainly my favorite.
Yeah, I actually do love Spider. I'm
That's
not. I'm
Spider a
being
lot.
facetious. He's great.
Yeah.
He's the easiest name to remember.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
remembered his name in the second one. And I was like, I'll remember your name after this one.
Yeah.
Spatter, spatter, spatter.
Yeah.
Um, I like him. I remember from what I remember in the second one, I found him kind of wishy-washy. Like I remember from what I remember from the second one, I don't remember like thinking like, what is his motivation? Like I was a little confused, like where because
Mm.
he kept like going back and forth to places. But here I really liked him. I found that actor very endearing, and I can't imagine it's easy being the only actor that's not wearing this crazy body condom. But he's also this kid in a loincloth just hanging out with all these other actors, especially someone like Zoe Saldana, who I'm sure he finds very attractive. I'm like, hello, hello, hey, mom, how's it going? Let me take it easy here. But yeah, I thought it was good. Yeah, I like the kid. I found myself getting very emotionally attached to him. Like I was like, I hope that he sticks around. I hope that, and I can see why all the other kids would want to be his sibling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like his relationship with Kiri too.
Yeah, that
Um,
was the highlight for me as well.
yeah, played by 70-year-old Sigourney Weaver, which is James Cameron's out of his fucking mind. But
Okay.
but I love
Okay.
it.
I have something. I have a question for you guys. I
Mm.
remember James Cameron saying this. Like he said that like everything you're seeing these characters do, the actors are doing. We are not manipulating them at all. If that avatar cries, that's because they cried. If they turn to the left, they turn to the left. We are not changing their performance at all. They kiss. Sigourney Weaver and that kid kiss. That made me go like, I don't know how old is that kid at the time they were filming this. That's a little weird.
If they're a child actor, the parents have to be on set. So that's
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
you know, and I'm sure they read the scripts because the scripts were done before all this filming stuff, right? So there a lot of signatures had to be signed.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
a lot of approval needed to be made probably for that to happen.
I'm sure because it's Disney, they would have had to go through
Yeah.
miles and miles of paperwork. But yeah, that
Yep.
that made me go like, oh boy.
Yeah. It is
Like,
Yeah.
strange.
it is
It-
strange.
the movie itself, the narrative itself, I'm like
Yeah,
really into. Yeah,
yeah.
it's fascinating. And I would argue very forward thinking, like this sort of like transhumanism element of science fiction that we don't see a lot because there was, I'll say it was a rumor that when James Cameron went back to come up with a story for Terminator Dark Fate, right? Like he was kind of working with some writers on this movie, my boy Josh Friedman, who wrote this mystery legendary fourth Avatar script that I really, really want to see. I really like him as a writer. And one of the ideas for like that new world of Terminator down the line was that allegedly Cameron wanted a Terminator that could birth a human being, like with human DNA. Like it would work as like an incubator of some sort. I don't know if there was a story attached to that. Probably not. It's just an idea he probably
Hmm.
had that someone talked about as a rumor. I'm waving my hands over the YouTube version. A
Yeah, as a
rumor
rumor. Yeah.
that he was gonna try to get there. A rumor. That idea is
Hmm.
fucking psychotic.
Yeah.
in like the best way possible, I think, because it's just like you can't just do Terminator action movie stuff anymore. That well's dry. It's been dried for 20 years at least. So you should move the sci-fi version forward, right? It's very forward thinking, like what is even like the body, what is like that's the whole Quaritch thing that I find so
Yeah.
fascinating in this and Way of Water. Like you're not the same person. It's maybe it's a consciousness, but it's not you anymore. You are something new. Take responsibility for your actions still, but it's something else. And so, like, Spider is the one character who's been able to make that evolution without changing themselves in another body, in another consciousness. It's still him.
Hmm.
So I find all that just like I don't have anywhere I'm going with that. I just love that
No,
Cameron's like pushing these ideas forward because it's just like where does that take us? I don't know, but I'm so excited to find out.
that's a good point. Yeah. His body adapts, but he never like gets like a new body. So
Yeah.
that's
Hmm.
yeah, really that's one of the most interesting aspects of this film. But that's a good point. But maybe we'll probably see the payoff in the next one, I would
Yeah, I'm
imagine.
thinking so.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, yeah, we could probably start wrapping up.
Yeah.
Brandon, any big last things you want to mention or discuss about Avatar Fire and Ash or even the trilogy at this point?
Um, no, um I mean, talking about it with you guys, I think hopefully I'll remember more of what happened in this movie going into the next one.
Yeah. 3 years from now.
So yeah, yeah, right, exactly. But something that I want to see is, um, I mean, what you guys were talking about going to Earth. I think that like seeing Earth kind of destroyed because what Jay keeps saying, like these humans, they're gonna take everything about Pandora and destroy it just like they did to Earth, um, which is super depressing to think about. But what, not to get super depressing, but like when I was watching this movie, and then as you do it in AMC, you go to the bathroom and you see especially on a late night, you see just all these paper towels just all crumpled up, piles of them outside the trash cans, barely making it in and barely touching them. People like when they're done doing their business, they like take out five of them so dry their hands when they only need one. So I was just thinking, like, damn, what's it gonna take? Like, what's gonna like? We just saw a movie. We all literally just saw a movie remind us that like we need to do what we can to take care of the planet. And like, I know like that's not the biggest problem, but there was just something like, damn, I wish that there was something that could wake people up like that. Maybe going to Earth in the next one, maybe that'll be something to make people rethink what they're doing.
Mm.
But on a much lighter note, for the next one, James Cameron quote. I'm going to quote James Cameron for a second. Um, Years ago, in 2016, it looks like he said, "The Avatar sequels are going to be bitching. You will shit yourself with your mouth wide open." That is yet to happen for me.
Okay.
I
Still,
want that to happen.
it
I
still
want
can.
I want exactly. I know they still can. I know there's going to be more of these coming up. I was kind of waiting that to happen in Way of Water and never really happened. I thought that quote again for this one, even though I really enjoyed it, never really happened. Maybe he means that like you're gonna have to go to the bathroom so hard, but you won't be able to, so just shit yourself. But
Yeah.
I want something to blow my mind so hard that I literally go,
Well, there's still opportunity, but what a quote.
Yeah,
What a
right,
grateful quote.
that's Big
right.
Jim.
What a quote.
That's Big Jim
He
himself.
took a drag from a cigar as he was saying that quote too.
And he lit $100 bill on camera.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that photo.
Oh, it's fucking great. No, I
So
mean,
funny.
everyone gets annoyed by him. Well, not everyone, but some people get annoyed
No.
by him. But like, no, he can walk the walk and talk the talk for a
Yeah.
reason. Like he is that guy. Sorry, fellas. Like he just is. Yeah, Brandon, I really liked what you mentioned about like what's it gonna take people to wake up because I think the way we do that is start taking art more seriously, and these movies are art. All movies are art, even bad art. They can do that. Very few movies are like actively not art, and I think there are some, but for the most part, like we need to have those. We need to let these conversations happen, and I think taking the arts more seriously is a good gateway to doing that. There's proactivity we could all be doing by getting involved in communities and um, recycling, even though that's I think we're discovering that it's not as helpful as we would have liked. Recycling
Right.
itself, the idea behind recycling is good. It's just we're finding out it's not being done properly by forces outside of our control. We should do something about that. Um, but yeah, being proactive and like not even not using those many paper towels. That won't save the planet in a day, but little
Right.
things like that. I just on a separate note, I just rewatched It's a Wonderful Life on the big screen. My first time watching it on the big screen.
Ooh.
Obviously cried my eyes out. It's best to ever do it, probably, as
Best
a movie.
Christmas movie. Yeah.
Best Christmas movie, best everything movie, it feels like.
Hmm.
Uh, and that movie specifically, I full disclosure, kind of been having a rough time lately, but not in my personal life, just work wise. And that was definitely a movie I needed to sort of exercise some feelings I'd had. And I was like, oh, like things. I'm very lucky. I'm not religious, but I feel very blessed to have people in my life that care about me and makes you think about like, all right, what can you do for other people? Maybe I should be more proactive in certain relationships. Maybe I should be putting myself out there more. You should make sure to be the best person you can be and to help people along the way, regardless of consequence or concerns. Like just try to step up a little bit and be a little better. And if that means giving Took a gun to shoot Giovanni Ribisi or Stephen Lang or any human in future movies to save Pandora and eventually Earth, then that's what we got to do. Give Took a gun, and if there's a data center being built by you, don't let it be built. That's what I'll put out into the world right now. We need
Hmm.
less AI data centers. We don't need any of them. So
Hey, I
Yeah,
agree
I
with
don't
you
think we
there.
do.
we should find Took, get her on a also wildly separate note. This was popping in my brain. This is not related to anything, but there's a really great movie called How to Blow Up a Pipeline.
Oh
You should
yeah, I saw
all
that.
Ooh,
check it
yes,
Hmm.
out.
yes.
That's a
It's
great
an
movie.
amazing film.
Great movie. I don't know why it popped into my head. It's obviously completely unrelated to anything we're talking about here. But anyways, Avatar: Fire and Ash. Let's wrap this up. I think thumbs up all around. Is that safe to
Thumbs
say?
up.
Yeah,
Thumbs
thumbs
up.
Yes.
up. Yeah, we do that. Siskel and
Two
Ebert are
thumbs.
dead. We can
Just
steal that
with
now.
two thumbs up.
Yeah, two thumbs up. Yeah, I would give it two thumbs up.
I would do
Um,
two thumbs up.
I wished I had that like biblical experience I did with Way of Water. I think any repetition in this film is just sort of a byproduct of it literally being the second half of Way of Water initially. Like it just straight up was that. So for the next one, which is its own standalone movie, like I'm interested in seeing how much he pushes forward outside of the ideas, like structurally, like where how that's gonna all fit in. Um, but anyways, I'm very excited. I'm very excited to revisit this movie. I'm very excited Brandon was on today. I'm very excited for Gene for coming up for the title of the episode and doing the outline. Thank you for that, buddy. Brandon, where can people find you these days?
You can find me on Instagram at bswaffs. That's where I've been posting all my art. You can also check out my website, theartofbrandonswafford.com. And also, if you need something to get this Christmas, you can get my book, A Very Happy Dinger Polar Bear Christmas. It's definitely too late to be sent to your door by Christmas by the time we're recording this and by the time it'll be released, I'm sure. But you can get the digital copy. The digital copy right now is only $3. You can find that on my Instagram. Just go to my link tree, hit that, hit my Shopify, and you'll find it there. And I appreciate the support. And I really appreciate these two gentlemen for having me on. So thank
Oh,
you.
dude, of
Welcome.
course, anytime,
Yeah,
you
it's
know
always
that. Yeah,
yeah, it's
links
always
down to
nice.
all that stuff down below. I'm gonna go get that book right now, right after this
Oh,
episode.
thank you.
Yeah, hold me to that. If you're like, hey, it's been 15 minutes, you haven't done it yet, like
No, no, no.
be valid, be valid. But no,
Gets
of
the
course, man. Like,
notifications.
yeah, thank you for coming on again. It's always great to hang with you over Zoom in person, all that jazz. We got to get sushi again soon or something like that.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I'm having a small Diegmas celebration. I'll send you the deets right after this too. Um,
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
yeah. So it's yeah, so we'll see if we can get that happening. But yeah, thank you so much again for coming on, man. This is always a treat. Um, yeah, links down to all Brandon stuff below. Link to Gene and I stuff below. Gene, any last minute plugs?
No, I don't think so. I think yeah, just subscribe to our channel. Rounding out the year, and see you guys in next year.
No, no.
No, we have one more planned. That's
Liar. We
right.
have one more
No.
episode. Sorry. We
Okay.
have one more episode this
Retract
year.
that.
We have a live show Monday, the 29th on it'll be at 5 p.m. PST. The actual times will be uh, shared on a flyer that'll go around during this week. We're having our friend Shaq come on to round up the best of the year movies, TV
Shaq?
shows, games. Yeah.
Like
Not
the Shaq?
our Shaq, Shaq
Oh,
Shaquille
okay.
Lambert,
I was about to be like, holy shit.
who is cooler
This
than the
is
Shaq
literally
you were
your
thinking
biggest
of.
guest ever.
Yeah.
Shaq is the greatest guest ever. You are both the great. All of our guests are
Oh,
the, are
thank
the
you.
best guests ever, for the record. I do not exaggerate that. You guys are all fantastic, and we're so thankful for all of you. But yes, that'll be a live episode talking about our favorite stuff of the year. Very much looking forward to that. Very much looking forward to Brandon in the future. Very much looking to Gene in the future. Looking forward to myself in the future. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. We have been professionally unprofessional.